Can you just kind of, can you start at the top and just kind of give me a rehash? Okay. I see. Got it. Okay, so it's my 5 a.m. hit plus the map at the top, and then ties back at the bottom. Okay, got it. Hi, everybody. Nick Monticelli coming to you from Grand Blanc Township as we continue to follow the breaking news that started yesterday at 10:25 as a shooter attacked the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is right here behind me. I do want to show you a map to give you a better idea of where everything is here. So the church is here in Grand Blanc Township. The shooter's home is in Burton, which is about 9 miles from where I'm standing right now. That shooter is 40-year-old Thomas Jake Sanford. Most people knew him as Jake, even though that was his middle name. I want to show you this video here showing you how bad the fire was at the church, destroying the church when everything started, again, at 10:25 yesterday morning. Sanford used his silver pickup truck and ran through the front doors of the church. He also used gasoline to light it on fire and used an assault rifle to shoot into the crowd. There were hundreds of people there for their Sunday morning service, although only we have 10 victims. 2 people died from gunshot wounds. 2 others were found in the fire because they were trapped in that fire that was set by Sanford. The shooting, again, 10:25 in the morning. Officers were there 30 seconds after that, and then about 8 minutes after that is when they encountered Sanford in the back parking lot of the church and shot and killed him. Inside of his pickup truck, there were also 3 IEDs found. So because of that, they were very careful with his home in Burton, and that's the next piece of video that I'd like to show you. You can see here that the Michigan State Police Bomb Squad was called out, and they used every tool they had. Helicopters, drones, robots, armed vehicles, canines. They threw everything at it just in case there was an explosive in his home, in a camper that was on a driveway, or in other properties or other buildings on that property. It took almost all day. They were there from around 11 o'clock in the morning till about 9:30 at night. That's when the FBI took over and started their investigation, looking through the home to see what kind of evidence there might be, if there might be anything that could point them to a motive to better understand what happened here yesterday in Grand Blanc Township. Going back to the church, we know, again, there were hundreds of people inside the church, and the police chief of the township told us yesterday that there were people, church goers, that were using their bodies to shield children. Otherwise, there could have been more victims. Okay, ties package, right? All right, so back out here live, again, a lot of acts of heroism inside of that church as it was not only being attacked by gunfire, but also lit on fire at the exact same time. A lot of today's investigation and updates will focus around the shooter, the who, the why, if we can ever understand a motive. That's something the FBI is working on. However, our Ty Steele met up with somebody yesterday, a woman and her daughter who actually babysat for Sanford and his wife and their children, and they unfortunately were not surprised. Yeah. this package play out like? And I don't even catch that. Again. So I think Ty, who met that woman and her daughter yesterday just outside of the church. As we were mentioning all morning, there are still unaccounted people inside. They hope might not be inside the church, but again, that's something that the FBI and Grand Blanc Township Police are working on. Priya Man is over at the hospital where there are other victims. Again, a total of 10, 2 killed by gunfire, 2 by actual fire. And then we have the rest who are being treated at the hospital, and that's where Priya is. Hey, Priya. You know how when we were listening to it in the truck, it was stuttering on playback? I think that's just the package, and nobody bothered to flag and fix it. Hey, Sheriff, any updates?
Close update.
Okay, press conferences.
Yes, I got to get that time myself, but I'll go in just a minute.
Okay,
Appreciate you. I know patience is tough right now, but I promise you.
I got it. Have you found any more victims?
I can't answer right now.
Okay. And your brakes are going to be screwed by the time this is over.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a better spot.
What's that?
No, I was gonna move over there if
Oh,
that's he's gone.
That's a great point, talking about the trauma that those children have gone through and what they're going to need to try to start to cope and move through this grieving process here. There is so much more to talk about in terms of the unaccounted victims and who might still be missing right now. Also, the bomb threats that happened at other churches after this, and a potential dry run at a Meijer that the Michigan State Police is looking into. We're going to talk about all of that throughout later here on Local 4 Live, but we're going to take a short break right now. When we come back, Rhonda is going to be in studio and a conversation with Darnell Blackburn, his expertise from being a police officer, about what the investigation looks like right now and what they are looking and focusing on in the next 12 and 24 hours. Local 4 Live. We'll be right back. Thanks, sir. All right, we're clear for a minute. Get you a good spot.
didn't fly here with it. Just Instacart it. Let's see.
Rhonda, thank you. When we come back after this break, we are going to take a minute-by-minute look at exactly how things unfolded here in Grand Blanc Township at the church and at the suspect's home in Burton, about 9 miles away. We'll also be talking about other bomb threats that came into other churches and potential dry run that the MSP is investigating to see if the suspect had something to do with that. All of that plus a check-in with Priya Mann to see what's happening at the hospital when Local 4 Live returns. Okay. And then package, then Priya, right?
Checking on our light tower.
Hi, everybody. Nick Monticelli here in Grand Blanc Township at the site of this breaking news, the attack on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints here in Grand Blanc Township. I'll step out of the way. You can see, since we've been on the air since 4:30 this morning, the number of investigators and support teams out here has quadrupled, running out of room in the parking lots now, parking on the side of the road as federal agencies, state agencies, local agencies continue their investigation inside of that church there. There's so much to unpack in terms of what happened and how it happened. But we do know it was at 10:25 yesterday morning that the shooter used his pickup truck to ram through the front door of the church, not only lighting the church on fire, but then shooting into the crowd. Back out here live looking at the church and all of the investigators. In fact, you can see a group of them walking now down the sidewalk here right in front of the church itself. We've been talking about the timeline, but also about the things that happened kind of during the attack as well. Right after the attack, there were multiple bomb threats that were called into multiple different churches in the area. So the Michigan State Police, Burton, Grand Blanc Township, many of them were kind of diverting resources around to check on those bomb threats as they were coming in. Also of note is that there is a Meijer directly across the street from Sanford's home in Burton on Atherton. There was a bomb threat called into that Meijer on Saturday. Some people are wondering if that was Sanford doing like a dry run to test response time. We asked the Michigan State Police that, and the lieutenant yesterday said that is something they are looking into. Now, all of that is not as important as the victims and how they are doing. Again, 10 of them in total as of right now. 4 passed away, 2 from gunshots, 2 from the fire itself, excuse me. Priya Mann is live outside of the hospital on this Monday morning to give us an update on how they are doing and how the community is starting to come together. To the church.
You want to pass on? I updated the Facebook post from yesterday.
Yep.
There's a late morning press conference.
So,
sorry. Late mid morning meeting to discuss what we're going to talk about in the afternoon press conference.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's on our Facebook right now.
Okay. So
The post from yesterday.
noonish, one-ish for a press conference. We're thinking.
I would say 1 at the earliest.
Okay.
And where?
Probably Grand Blanc Township.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm Nick, by the way.
You just want to, no worries. Good seeing you.
There you go.
If you just want to pass it on, I just
Okay,
want to,
we'll do.
Because I'm updating the
The thread that started yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
1 o'clock presser. They're thinking probably around 1. Priya, thank you very much for that update, and thank you for letting us know how those victims are doing, which, again, the most important part in all this, to keep track of them. I just talked to a sergeant here at Grand Blanc Township PD saying they are having a meeting shortly to determine what their steps are in terms of a press conference later. His best guess was a press conference at 1 o'clock this afternoon, so that's a good indication of what we're going to learn and when we are going to learn it. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk more about what the next steps are, what investigators are looking at inside of this church, and what they still have to do to try to determine what the motive could be. Thanks, bud.
It's a good spot. How'd you find it?
Thanks to you.
What do you think, about 1 o'clock, you said?
Yeah, he said they're having a meeting. They're having a meeting to discuss what they're going to talk about. And he said, late morning. I'm like, he's like, 1-ish.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Have you guys tried going around the house?
It really wasn't worth it. This is the best spot. Before you got here, none of those vehicles were there, and you could see the church, and you see the American flag sticking up right back there. That's the suspect truck.
Where?
So.
Oh, I see the car, the truck behind it.
Right.
So there's no other way to like get around on
There's
Sherwood. No.
There is. If you look back here, there's a group of people standing over there, but I don't know if that vantage point is any better than here.
Oh, I mean, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
But we're not allowed to cross this field.
No, you
Yeah.
have to go like into the neighborhood and back.
And around, okay.
Right. But like I said, once all those cars come up, they're blocking everything. But this morning was a great shot.
Well, I got here really excited. I got home at like 9:30. I was like, all right. And I couldn't sleep.
I didn't go on the air until 12:30 because the football went to double overtime.
What game?
Dallas.
Oh,
Yeah, this is, you can see the truck.
I know. I tried to, I was like, you're going to be out here all day. Like, don't.
Don't push it. Yeah.
I'm still live, but I just went so y'all are like, but it's okay.
They're thinking 1 o'clock press conference. That's it.
That gives me time to charge up.
So, yes. It's back away from the bunker. You might be able to see it if you go that mid field over there. Yeah, you go in there. There are 2 more that was kind of pop-up ones, but they were yes, they finished out at about 1:30 last night. Have fun. All right. Brecken, you still have me for one more hit, is that right?
I'm sorry. They took live next. I can't hear audio. There you go.
Hey, Brecken Snake, you got me? Yeah, just you got me for one more hit, right? Got it. So be ready to go around 9:50, 9:55. All right, got it.
street you can see it, which is why people are going over there.
Yeah, people are crossing through the neighborhood around the tape to be able to
Yeah, I'm not
shoot
gonna
at
bother.
the field. If you can see the American flags behind those cars lined up, that's the suspect's truck over there. So you might be able to see it. Yeah, if you go to that field, if you want to go through the trouble, you might be able to see it. But I mean, this morning there's
I'm not
cars
doing
over
it.
here, so
That's his truck sticking out.
yeah, where you see the American flags underneath over top of that black SUV, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
suspect's truck.
Wow, so it is. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that today. I'm going to have before it hits those. Maybe tomorrow.